All right, so this is going to be our first drive on the new 12.3.6, and we're going to let the car drive all by itself. I am testing out a new recording format, so let me know if it's worthwhile or not. But here we go. Car is in self-driving mode, and we will see how it does. First, it has to actually clear this and get on the road. We're right beside a four-way stop, and the cars are not stopping like they are supposed to. They get up to the stop sign right after the last car stopped, and then they don't stop, they roll through, so it reduces that gap there. But yeah, cemetery off on the right. So I'm going to be paying extra close attention because I've seen lots of reports of it being a step back, being a step back from where we were. But I've also been seeing quite a few reports of it being another improvement. So seems like it's kind of a mixed bag. So we'll see how it goes for me. And sorry if it's a little noisy in here. I have the air going. The car says it's 85 degrees, but it's not. Okay, so I already had to disengage because the car wants to use the left turn lane as a go straight lane, which is not acceptable. But that's okay. It's been doing that. It has yet to do that correctly on anything more than one occasion. So hopefully it'll get that soon, but we'll find out. But yeah, so the car says it's about 85 degrees outside. I have the air conditioning set in the car to 66 degrees, which is nice. But in order to keep that temperature gradient, it needs to kick up that fan sometimes. So I apologize in advance if the sound is terrible. I'm not sure how much I like this view of looking at me too high at the same time we're driving, but it is kind of cool to do both at the same time, I guess. So now you'll get to see how much I fidget while I drive, which is probably more than how much I fidget when I'm recording at home. Again, self-driving right now. Car is doing all this by itself. Other than that intersection that we passed back there at the light where it wanted to use the wrong lane, so far, I haven't noticed anything significantly different from where we were before. Which isn't a bad thing because, to be honest, it's at a point where it's pretty good anyways. By the way, we're going to Home Depot. I just picked a random spot. When we get to Home Depot, I'll disengage, and then we will turn it back to going home. And I'll try to have it go not via the highway because it wants to always go the highway. That is the quickest route, but that's not much of a challenge for it, so we'll have it go through town for that. So purposefully trying to give it something where it has to do something other than just drive straight. So this is as big a town as I'm going to get in my area unless I drive half an hour away, which I'm not going to do today. For any of you who know what the nag is, that was the first time so far where I've had the nag. So we made it all the way from that intersection that I had to take over for to there. And again, I want to reiterate, having to take over that intersection is not it did bad. That is a weird way to have an intersection. That should be a right turn only lane that they have going as the right turn and straight lane, and the left only lane should be for going straight and left. But instead, you have to make this stupid wiggle around to go through it, and half the time people don't take that other lane anyways. They just go straight through it. The only time they do go the correct way around it is if there's cars in front of them that they want to get around. There's the next nag. Nagging, for those of you who aren't aware, is when it reminds you you have to touch the steering wheel to let it know that you're paying attention. Normally, I keep my hand on the steering wheel anyways at all times, so I don't have that nag come up at all. But for the purpose of this video, I'm intentionally doing it. Ooh, that was nice. I'm intentionally doing it so that I will get the nag, because I want to see how frequent the nags are. But that was one of those times where, oh, you'll see it's yellow. The light was green. I was behind a semi. I could not see the traffic light. But the car knew enough to come to a stop before I saw that I had a red light. There's the next nag. So the nags are fairly frequent still. What is that? About every 15 seconds, give or take. I don't know. I'm not looking at the time I'm watching the road. But, so speed limit through here is 35. Currently the car has me going 37, which is decent. The Panda Express says it's coming in 30 days. So that's exciting. Not going to help me on my weight loss stuff, because I will have to try that out, of course, because I have no self-control when it comes to trying out the new stuff. But yeah, all right. The acceleration from stoplights and stop signs, I can't tell if it is a little bit smoother or not. So I'm going to go with, if it is not significant enough to count it as being, so that defaults to it's not any smoother. But it's not horrible. It's still way better than it was back when version 12 came out in general. But it's still not as smooth or as gentle as I would like it. And so that white car is coming very fast, so it's watching that. And then the black one. So I don't know if you can tell, it's creeping up. It's doing exactly what I would have done. It waited till I would have gone as well, so that's good. Yeah. And then of course this guy crossed the solid white line, which not supposed to do, but that's a human driving. Yeah. Another mag. And then, so I'm still not exactly sure how the car decides where it's going to stop when you give it a destination. So like right now, I just chose the Home Depot as a destination. I didn't put in an address. I didn't drop a pin on anything. I just chose the Home Depot. Oh, you'll notice there's stuff out blocking out into the lane as well. The car had no problems with that. So, okay, this is where the car is saying it would stop. So I'm going to take back over because I look like an idiot just standing there. So I am driving right now just to get back to a spot so I can put it in park. Well, here, let's do this while I'm here. We are going to, we got some cars here, so I am going to choose a parking spot, and we're going to try out Auto Park, see if Auto Park has changed with this update at all. And this is all the car doing its stuff. And again, Auto Park is slow, but it's safe, I've found, and it tends to do a better job than I could do in some circumstances. And so, perfect. Says it's done. I'm gonna take the phone off here so you can see the other side, but you can see the other car there. So that's cool. Yeah. All right. So we are going to navigate home now. And we're going to choose a route that goes through town. Perfect. And I just realized that whatever recording I was doing before, looks like it stopped and it started a new recording. So hopefully I didn't miss anything in there. It just kind of like timed out and went to the next one. So you get what you get. I have no idea what we're going to show. But yeah, so if I put it in drive, let's see how it does from a parking spot. I haven't ever tried this before. Okay, self-driving all by itself. Honestly, of all the things that I'm concerned about, my biggest concern is how it performs in parking lots. It hasn't given me any reason yet to be concerned, but that's just where, you know, the most, the cars are the most densely populated, and I have the highest likelihood of hitting something. But it handled that parking lot well, so that's good. And it is kind of cool that it was able to go from the parking spot. I didn't have to like get out to the road, so that's nice. And again, still self-driving. Yep, car coming. Thank you for stopping. Good. So how it works is at intersections, because of the law, it stops at the stop sign or wherever the stop marker is, and that's because it has to. It's forced to. The law makes them make it stop there. But in some spots, that's not the optimal spot to see cross traffic or oncoming traffic or any other traffic. Well, folks, that didn't work very well. The phone overheated, so that sucks. Again, it's pretty hot being out in the direct sunlight when you're running 4K 30 frames per second with 2 cameras simultaneously. Yeah, and where I have the phone mounted, it's not getting any of the air conditioner either, so it's just sitting up there in the window. But we're back, and so far so good. Went back through town. You've seen this part before, but yeah, I wanted to check back in. Overall, I personally don't see any significant changes for the better or worse in performance from where it was before. So if there are any, it's got to be in something that I have not encountered yet. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it. Go ahead, keep going. Had to press the accelerator there. It wanted to treat that like a stop. But yeah, so I think the biggest thing is they need to update the mapping system, because I think the mapping stuff is outdated. But I don't know how much it relies on the maps for driving anyways, for like navigation and stuff. But it seems like when the maps get updated, it navigates better. So hopefully they update the navigation side of things, because I think the brains behind it is working sufficiently good to pass. There's always room for improvement. But yeah, but thanks for joining me. I will catch you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.